one of these, so there's 278 helical piers that go in the ground, okay? And you see those, you know, all capped, cut off, and ready to go right now. So this one, 130, there's a pin right next to that 130 symbol that actually denotes the center of the pier when it actually comes up. So once that concrete comes up, and there's 3 helicals right there. And so yes, there are 278 helicals and 100 actual concrete piers. So we're gonna go to that one where you see right there, and we just stripped the form of that. So that's, will get cleaned up a little bit, but that's ultimately what you're gonna end up seeing here before you landscape around it, is just concrete sticking up. That's it. Right here, so you're sitting in that conference table like right there, okay? And so this is the finished product. You're gonna see 100 of just these, then steel comes on here. One's runs in this direction, steel runs in this direction. Then we set the trusses on top of all of this, okay? This is finished product. That is a product right before we get to finish. So that is a formed pier that we're now prepared to start stripping the forms of, okay? So you can see the concrete pile cap. You can see that pier before we've taken it all off. That, before you pour it, looks exactly like this. Okay, so inside of this box, so the piers have pier caps on them, those rectangle or those square pieces of steel that locks it, what's in the ground, into the concrete. Okay, then there's a very specifically designed set of rebar with certain hooks in this box that reinforce it, because concrete and steel work much better together than they work separately. That's a different episode. And then that steel from the box is tied to the steel grid that's vertical that goes into that sonotube, and then ultimately it looks like that. Once it's poured, you fill all this back in, strip it all away, and all you get is 100 of these sticking out after the, you know, almost 6 months of underground work to try to build this whole thing up in the floodplain. So these are anchor bolts. This is a pretty traditional setup for, you know, how you tie a house to a foundation. In this particular case, it's going to be a steel plate that is set over top of this, threaded down, tightened, then the framing going up, or all the rest of the steel that we looked at in the model.